Hey viewers, today we'll be taking a look at the Koenigsegg Jesko at 3 stars in Asphalt 9. Unfortunately, I was not able to 4-star. I never have any token in this game, if you can see at the beginning. But this is like, I think, 6 races on my way to near the rating cap. I think at the end of this, I got to the 1990s. And so here are at least a few of the races that I actually didn't do horrible in. Most of these I actually did get like 14 wins in a row on the Jesko. But that's probably because it's just fortunate matchmaking. Here I go out like into the ocean, and if you don't know what happens if you go into the ocean in Caribbean, you kind of just get slowed down. If you go far enough, you kind of just disappear. And this like didn't disappear, so I had to deal with like 40 miles per hour. But since this is the Koenigsegg Jesko, it's the only 300-mile-an-hour car in this race. So I'm actually able to get close enough at the end to not lose rating. Because when you're this high up in rating, it's a disaster if you don't get first place. Because if you've been in any Asphalt 9 community, minus 20s everywhere if you've ever talked to someone who plays in the top 10 or the top 100 in Asphalt 9. But you didn't come here to hear me ranting about my rating. You come here to properly watch Jesko, right? And so, if you haven't watched my first video, I actually did get the Jesko from key packs. I got it in my first key pack, ironically, and in that exact same key pack, I got a jackpot for it, which allowed me to 3-star it. And in this race, you will see a familiar face if you've been in the Purple Team community, which is, if I'm saying this name wrong, I will be crucified, but that's Geiger. I think that's his name is pronounced. And he's using his 6-star Jesko in this, which he saved, I think, like an entire year for. He spent 51,000 tokens on it, I think. But here, the Jesko almost killed himself. And so I'd like to actually talk about the current events that are going on in Asphalt 9. If you haven't been paying attention, we literally only have like 2 days left in the season before it ends. And if you also haven't been paying attention, the new season basically has been shown to us by Game Loft themselves. It's basically like a season full of grinding infinitely. Yes, I think like tons of car runs that you're supposed to grind in order to compete with Grand Prix, and that's how you're supposed to get the main car this season, which is an Ultima kit car, ironically. Here, we almost beat him. We were like 0.2 seconds behind him. It was actually a close race near the end, and we absolutely destroyed everyone in it. And so that's the only race he was able to do it because he only had 2 fuel. And here we're going against all 300-mile-an-hour cars because there's a Golden Tuatar, I think a 6-star Jesko, and another 3-star Jesko. Now, I interrupted myself because of that ending of that race, but yeah, it's called the British Tour season. I'm sure you've seen the like 27 different update videos about it. My thoughts on it is, well, it's just another Asphalt 9 season. Although the Aston Martin 177, that is one of my favorite cars from Aston. Well, a lot of the Astons, they are my favorite cars just because they just look so nice. They're really nice looking cars. But I will be getting Legend Pass for that. You know, calling me a whale, that's just what I need to do in order to get satisfaction in this game now. And so right now we're having the Naren and Senna event, which I don't think it's actually necessarily we can call it a Senna event. It's more like an Unleashed for it. And I was able to unlock the Senna ironically through it, and I didn't even spend that much. I spent like, what, 1,800 tokens? And in my first pack, I got like 12 Senna drops. And so I was, 12 Senna Boopins, so I was able to unlock it. And I didn't expect that because I was like 37 or 40 Boopins away from it. And so I was able to unlock it by just playing through the event normally. And in a Naren event, well, it's Legend Pass only, and it's a BMW M8. We like to call it the BMW M8 Hyperco because that's just what it is. It's a BMW M8. And so I'm not going to get the car, obviously, because it's a regular special event, and unless you have hundreds of thousands of tokens, there will be no reason you probably won't be getting the cars. And you won't be losing much if you miss an Naren. It's not a good car. I think it's just wide. There's nothing good about it. It's just really slow. It does have good acceleration, but it's like the one thing going for it, and it's probably not going to get you many wins. And now, with the Grand Prix, I've actually done very well in them. The Zonda R1 I didn't expect to be getting the car from, but I got it in like my 7th key pack out of it. And so I was able to unlock the Zonda R 2-star, and I was able to get, I think, 3rd place in the 007 event despite missing 2 days, or 2 rounds. And so I was able to get that at 2 stars. I think I might have explained that in my previous video about Asphalt 9. And so next season I will try to get videos for it, but I can't guarantee it. They're not good cars like at all. At 2 star, I don't enjoy driving them too much. I do think they're fine cars, but they're just nothing special to be trying to go for. I just don't have them at high enough stars. Like I think 4 stars is when most of them become reasonable, and they're not even high-end Class A cars, so I don't recommend ever spending on cars like those. I think they're just great for collecting, and I guess that's what they were for. They're just collection cars. And now, currently going on is the 911 GT1 car hunt, which I'm not sure if I'm able to get the car, but if I can, that'd be amazing, because the 911 GT1 is a GT1 car, and I absolutely love those. And F40 car hunt, which already passed, the Riot was a gruesome one for me, as I worked so hard to try and get top 1%. I unfortunately was not able to, because there's so little people playing it, and I was doing such a bad time in the tunnel, unlike the last time, which was a top 1% for me. But I did get an extra epic out of it, so I was able to go to Gammon. Maybe one day Furum will decide to upload a video, and so you will see it on his channel. Otherwise, I'll just upload it on mine. I don't have a problem with voiceovering over one of my favorite cars of all time. And so, now that we're on the final race of the video, I'd like to give my general thoughts on Jesko at 3 stars. Here, it's just really scuffed driving, and I'm kind of sorry that if you watch your video as your first impression of Jesko, I'm truly sorry you watched this one as your first impressions. But obviously, yeah, it's been one of the longest reigning cars in Asphalt 9, and it's still one of the best cars in the game. At 3 stars, it's nothing special. You can get absolutely destroyed by cars like the Rimac Navera or stuff like that. The Tryon is a more consistent car, although this is just faster, so it's easier to get wind with. It is a 300-mile-an-hour car in the first one. Second one, technically, since the Navera was moved. It has very good drifting. It's one of the most floaty cars in the game. I think it's behind the Lavorchinor and F5. And the Nitro is just alright. The acceleration is fake, but it has a modifier of +1. So, generally, it's just a good car. If you didn't invest in it, well, better luck next year if you decide to. It's a really good car, although I guess it would be super obsolete. So I truly hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Maybe consider liking, commenting, subscribing, or really even joining my Discord if you like it. And I'll see you later. Bye.